Good evening. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Hi guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for your submissions. Thank you for your submissions and insight. If you played along, the link is in the description box today by letting me know your thoughts on the cards that I pulled for us earlier, asking about this big asterisk conjunction today between Venus and Chiron, the healer. In the description box, you're going to see a link that'll take you to my post. If you are unsure of where Chiron was when you were born, that should cover pretty much all of our age range, at least I hope so, with the people that watch the channel. So thank you again for your submissions. I'm going to be sharing some of those, and I'm going to be sharing what I got from it as well. Here, I'm going to go ahead and get our general reading here out for everybody. And then it's subscriber date night, my favorite night of the week, Thursday nights at 6 p.m., where I take your questions and I pull little, they're supposed to be mini. They're supposed to be MINI, mini personal readings, and somehow they don't end up being that way, but that's okay. I'm trying. Okay. Let's look at where we're going today. I challenge you to try to think back to June 1st of last year, because it just so happens that Chiron and Venus are linking glasses and hooking up at the 26th symbol of Aries, exactly where it was June 1st. So, I listed all the dates so that if you want to go back even further than that, if you're a big journaler like I am, you can check all the dates that Venus clinked glasses. It only happens once a year that Chiron aligns with Venus, and this one happens to be at the same degree. And this is about a man possessed of more gifts than he could hold. And this lesson is about avoiding overwhelm by development of discrimination. And that is in the last decan of Aries, which is the Four of Wands card. My favorite Aries card, the 1111 card. And speaking of, we've got harmonic flight here. It's a 29, which adds 2 and 11. And in the center, soul star chakra. Gorgeous. Now, the soul star chakra happens on an 8-day. So anytime, every 9 days, we recycle 1 through 9. The 8th chakra rests obviously above the 7th chakra, which is our crown chakra. Our aura is still going to be containing a little bit of that human ego portion. And then when we merge with the divine, the soul star chakra, there is no ego because it's purely downloads from spirit. Okay. That is a 10 card, which had to do with my challenge for y'all today. The 10, the Wheel of Fortune there. And then we've got a 42, which is a 6. And then that lavender energy would be the lover's path of freedom. And see how there's kind of like a little runway there. And maybe you feel like I've been getting a lot of texts and phone calls and clients going, what the Mount St. Helens is going on with the energy? Well, when we have an influx of Aries energy, there's a stellium, Sun, Venus, Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron, right? It's a stellium, 3 or more planets in one position in the sky, one sign. And just think about the shadow elements of Aries energy, period. So that's going to be things like people maybe losing their temper, behaving childishly or out of sorts, kind of wanting their way, a little bit of selfishness in there. The trait that petrifies me the most, and I run for the hills, and I hope you would too, is impetuousness. Okay. You might have experienced that. And that is when someone knows that they're being hurtful, spiteful, fill in the blank, whatever that is, and they don't care. Okay. So if you're experiencing that, or you're just kind of feeling like that, it's not always us, right? We are navigating, we are in the boat, our own soul boat, and we are navigating that water, right? So we're either navigating the shadow elements of Aries, or we are navigating the light components of Aries, which is going to be very active, very self-caring. We kind of feel fierce. We're feeling ourselves, right? Maybe you feel a little bit alter ego Sasha Fierce, and we're feeling ourselves and wanting to strut down a runway. Okay. And she's definitely adjusting her crown here. And that card is talking about reclaiming your energy. I don't know if you heard that ding. That was just a confirmation there for me. Bottom of the deck. Wow. Your heart's home. Okay, this is probably my favorite card in the deck. It's a 31 energy, which is going to be tomorrow. I tend to be about a day ahead in general, but do remember that energy cycles. So if you listen to this 1 month from now, that energy cycles back around. Okay, so this is our own heart's home, reclaiming the energy of our own heart here. And then when we're able to do that, when we're able to come into balance, we're able to not only connect with the divine here with the soul star chakra, we then pull in energy of the same frequency, and that can be in another person. We are always, our whole entire lives, mirroring other people and one-to-one relationships. Beautiful energy here. And we learn about ourselves through those relationships about, yes, of course, we're attracted to people that are like us and we love those qualities. But the growth area is, what is it about them that drives me nuck and futz? What is it about them that drives me crazy? Or what is a quality that I'm like pointing out to them, not realizing that, oh, that might be a shadow element that I need to work on within my own self, right? We're attracted to those energies and they're attracted to us for that very reason. So we can learn more. Okay. And maybe you feeling like a little bit of beat down energy here with the strength in the number 26 showing up today as well. And we've got 6, 1, and 2 in essence. 6, 1, 2. June 12th might come into play for us. June 1st, as I was referring to for last year, but this would be June 1st for next year. So 1 year from today, we are going to be looking at this harmonic flight. If we're readjusting our crown and merging with the divine, we get real with ourselves. We come back to our own heart's home. We're not outsourcing our happiness or having that expectation that someone else can give to us what we maybe slack on giving to ourselves with the busyness of life and all there is to that. So without further ado, let me go ahead and sorry for my reach there. I wanted to show you guys. So I asked, why was the song Count My Luck today's song? Why was that coming in like crazy for me this morning? And I only got the words, I'm falling, close my eyes and count my luck. Now, I could not find the lyrics to that song, and on first listen, it sounds a little melancholy. It sounds a little forlorn and sad, but it's just, oh, it gets you, it gets you in the guts kind of thing. But when I actually went through and had to listen to it a few times and get as many words as I could, the key to this is I was a cynic right from the start. Never believed in giving my heart. I'm falling so hard. I kind of feel like I've seen it all wrong. So this is someone who is realizing here, reclaiming your energy. I was putting my energy in the right place. All that energy spent on being cynical and being like, yeah, true love, right, giving the double fingers, whatever. That's not a thing. Well, This song is about all of a sudden, like when I'm around you, I guess I thought I was scared of the truth. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm tired of playing it cool. Watch how I crumble when I'm around you. And I'd give it all up, but now I'm falling. You don't get struck with the love bug until you get struck with the real love bug. I think anything before that, anything after that is never the same. It's never the same feeling. And anything before that, you don't know until you know. And let me know in the comments if you've ever felt like you've been at the point where you know. And as I'm looking here, there's the crown chakra, which is, I just mentioned, the pink chakra that sits below the soul star. And then I said the lover's path of freedom. And here's our freedom card and a dragonfly. I know that's a symbol for many of you. Okay, so let's see where we go here today with our general reading. I also pulled charms. Again, you can look in the description box to pull up the cards that I'm talking about. I posted them there. I said, why is Count My Luck the song today? And what does my collective need to know about this Chiron the healer conjunct Venus at this 26th symbol? I got Seven of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. The Seven of Swords, remember, can be deceit, but it can also be how we deceive ourselves. And I was like, aha. She says, I was scared of the truth. Now I'm feeling like I kind of got it all wrong. She got like had this V8 moment because she felt the feels of what that really was. And it's now I know what these people are talking about, and I don't think it's a bunch of BS. Okay. And then that was crossed by the 10 of Cups, which is lovingly complete, which we are when we can fill our own cup. The overflow is what we share with those people in our 10 of Cups without allowing our cup to be depleted. And then the 7 of Wands is about, in that deck that I pulled from, all in determined. The King of Wands came out with having a goal and being dependently goal oriented. And then the Fool. A separate deck, the Light Seers, High Priestess, Fool, and Strength. All I was just moving them across the table to put them out of my way, and they went and like plopped down on top of the cards. So you'll see it just like I pulled it. I then pulled charms and said, okay, my interpretation was that the Wheel of Fortune showed a door, luck turning in our favor, right? And that's this lucky twist of fate. But why is it by the 7 of Swords? What's it's a hidden door. So that was my interpretation. What's this hidden door? I've never been able to open the door to this kind of love because she'd never felt it, right? In the song, she just thought it was all a bunch of BS. And then I pulled charms. I'm like, well, what are the clues? How are we going to know? How's my collector going to know where the door is? And the clues I got were there was a baby and mama elephant. They were turned kind of down. So my interpretation of that was anger wounds were brought with us. Did you know that we even pick up the energy of our mom's emotions? I'm sure you do, because y'all's smart AF. We bring with us that trauma and energy. That is why trauma is generational. Okay. Imagine being barely 18 years old and you're pregnant. That's traumatic. Okay. Yes, obviously everything turns out okay, but the trauma of that, like the shock, that's a wound. Okay. And then the baby comes with that. So I wrote down they were brought to us. It's up to us to then transmute that energy since it was kind of it came with our package. Now I also got a bird and it was literally on the exact side of the door. And the door frame was blue. The bluebird of happiness is just the invitation, right? And it's like sitting outside of that door, poised and ready for that portal to open. When you're in a balanced energy, literally, as soon as the universe can get you that manifestation, it's going to. You got to be poised and ready for it by staying balanced in your own energy. There was a bat that was already through the portal, and the clues for this hidden door, bats are high priestess energy for me. They can fly in the dark, and spirit's like, don't worry about it. You'll know it when you see it. You'll use your intuition and enter that portal. You'll go through that door. The invitation will show you your own intuition. And then finally, the unicorn was in reverse. That one kind of flew through me for a second. The unicorn's point was facing down on the right of the door. And the reverse of Wheel of Fortune, that unicorn's outside the door and in reverse. So that is Wheel of Fortune in reverse is unforeseen challenges. We're going to keep going through the muck and the mud because we're not in balance. And unicorn in reverse for me was those not in balance for the divine timing will remain on the outside of the door looking. So, do you want to fall or do we want to judge, right? Like that can't happen. That's exactly what she did in the song. She didn't know until she knew and was like, oh, that's what that business is all about. Okay. So, yeah, there's a lot of notes today, so I'll let you peruse those. And I included quite a lot of information on Chiron, just so you know where it was in your own birth chart by the dates that are listed. And then also we're going to be moving through Aries still. And then we dip into Chiron and Taurus. We dip back into Aries again. And finally in 2027, we exit. So we exit that Aries energy. All right, let's see, get my water deck out here. We have Moon in Cancer. Let me say a quick hello to my peeps. Thank you guys so much. Miss White Winged Dove, welcome back. Thank you, thank you. Miss Diana and Brandy and Ashley, thank you so, so much. Miss Kathy's in the house too. Thank you guys. Hey, Jude. All right. I want to make sure I don't miss anyone saying hello. Goodness, I love how you guys all take care of each other. That was interesting. So I always read the bottom of the deck because the cards are already prepared for me to do that. So 7 of Cups. How will we know when that portal of light is here? On the bottom of the deck was a 3 of Swords. So my question for us today is the gift of healing what hurts. What is this hurt it feels like it's kind of surrounding you? And I said Aries energy, depending on where your major placements are. If you have a lot of cardinal placements, Cancer, Capricorn, and Libra on top of that Aries, it's going to be squaring your energy. Little easier for Libras because it's that mirror reflection. It's the teeter-totter of energy. But Capricorn and Cancer does not feel great to your energy because it challenges your authority, all right, with that cardinal energy. Now, wow. Yowza, guys, this is like the big old wah wah. No wonder. Okay, so what is ending is this fear of heartache. Just like in the song, she was just like, whatever, I don't believe in that. Love is dead. In this card, it is, but that was at the carelessness of humans because in this deck, the death and rebirth card is all about an oil slick. So coming along with karmic baggage that is not our own, that is generational trauma, that is also generational as far as culture and what we're conditioned within. I feel like we're here to heal that with this Chiron and Aries. Here's the independence. So the wound, if your Chiron is in Aries, if you were born with Chiron and Aries, the wound is anger. Okay, and then the healing is individuality. So there's not many individuality cards more than 9 of Pentacles. That is independence. That is the keeper of the well-wisher, a wishing well, okay? And if you put your pentacle in and your energy is balanced, that divine timing, that wheel of fortune spins. And not only that, boy, oh boy, 99. Okay, what is 99 problems, but what ain't one? Bringing this cycle to a close. Of what? Can't make it up. 7 of Swords in the description box. Okay, let's see where we go here. Those sevens. There was something else about that. I'll see if it comes back to me. But it was 7 7 7 7 10 7 7 1. I can't remember why. It'll come back. Hopefully, maybe. Okay. For the collective, you guys are coming in as, yeah, I told you I've been getting this a lot. People texting, booking because they're like, what the French toast stange? Like, I can't take it no more. Calgon, take me away. This is 9 of Swords, the nightmare siren. This is why we need to reclaim our energy here, whoever this reading is for. Okay, and we need to tune into you. If love is something that you're wanting, it all has to start with knowing you're unlimited and you're free, unlimited and free when you are nice and healthy within your own soul's home. Heart happiness, filling your yellow third chakra. Happy solar plexus chakra today. All right, driving that energy from the past. 6 of Cups. All right, let's see where else we go here. The situation, Queen of Swords, the avoiding overwhelm by development of discrimination. Right here. Situation. Thank you, Spirit. And the opportunity is Queen of Wands. And our last message, Queen of Wands, came up in the what Spirit wants you to know position. She is the master manifester. She is normally seen, obviously, with a wand, but that's Mars energy. And in Mars, we teach others what we ourselves have learned with an attitude of gratitude. So that is all about, it's a table set for an evening meal that is at 20 Pisces there, moving into the last decan. So our actions, we're in the last day here of 9 of Cups. We'll be stepping into the 10 of Cups as Mars moves into the 21 energy. Let's see what else is here with the 6 of Cups. We're up in our head, using discernment about some kind of an ending. Okay. Now, this is Spirit saying, release this pain. 3 of Swords. It's done. Okay, whatever that wound is that we're hanging on to, whether that's literally a childhood wound or whether that is a person. Let's see what's bookending that 6 of Cups. The 7 of Cups is back. Confusion. So with the Queen of Wands, though, if it's driving, the Queen of Wands is driving the 7 of Cups bus, that's going to put it into the light aspect of spoiled for choice. The world is then your oyster. Harmonic flight. You are one with the divine. You get it. We're not sitting around going, why? We know that certain things have ended for our best and highest good here. But this is a situation, Queen of Swords, I mean, she can take a mighty long time to weigh her decisions. So do yourself a favor here. And this is about reclaiming that time and energy. I'll guarantee you, you already know the answer. It's probably just the one we don't want to know we know. It's usually how that works. Okay. Now with Mars coming in here as the opportunity, and then this being it's about the remedy or the salve for this is gratitude for those lessons. And I know that sounds weird, but we wouldn't be the badasses that we are if we hadn't had to go through the muck and everything else that comes along with muck to get there. That makes sense? I hope so. Okay, now again, more Mars energy here in the recent past. Again, look back to that June 1st date. The Nine of Swords last year was a 9 year of culminations, ending and endings, and y'all know that 2025 was a shitstorm for me. And if you can still adjust your crown and come out of something like that or all those things, I tell you what, it has to be for a reason. It's not for nothing. I know that's part of my soul journey. Um, doesn't mean it's always fun in a bag of rainbows, right? So in the recent past here, I feel like that could be a reference back to look at what happened last June 1st. Okay, summon happiness. So there's children again here right underneath that Six of Cups. And then they're looking up. There's a sea turtle there. With that Ten of Swords, you have to choose to get up off the ground. We can stay in Ten of Swords. Like, you can live in Ten of Swords for the next year if you want to. Nobody's stopping us from doing that. Is it helpful? Is it wise? Is it kind to our heart's home? Does it get us out of confusion, or does it help us come into an energy of discernment? That was a rhetorical question. Just kidding. I know. Miss Crystal, how are you? Okay. Looks awfully happy here for recent past, but sun energy again, more Leo. You'll see in my notes that 8 showed up, also a lot of 44s. Okay, the heart of the reading, lack mindset. I mean, come on. 5 of Pentacles. This is always my whiskey lullaby card. And just because someone else does, drink themselves to death in that song, and then she ends up doing the same thing because she was so sad about it. Like, life does not stop for anyone else when our soul journey on this earth says time's up. Your soul decided that, right? So we've got to make the most of it while we're here. And we are simply not meant to who forever and be in this energy of like, I don't ever want to go out again. I don't ever want to see the light of day. I'm just, bury me right with them. It's not how it's supposed to be. Right? Not supposed to give up. So whoever this reading is for here today, please don't. Please know that those better days are coming. You've got it in you. You're telling me here you have leadership and emperor energy already inside of you. So I want us to take that energy and that happiness, and it's always about how can we reclaim that for ourselves. Okay, adjust your crown. All right, what is driving that heart of the energy? Okay, Taurus here, King of Pentacles. For me, that is longtime partner energy. So if this is what is happening here, it can also be something to do with your own assets. Okay. It can even be a father wound here that Chiron is healing for you, depending on where that sits in your chart. Near future good. Okay. 6 of Swords. So traditional Six of Swords is spirit pulling us to calmer waters from tumultuous waters. And in this deck, it is about if at first you don't succeed in getting those 6 swords into a configuration that will turn into a sled to get you the hell out of the tumultuous waters, you got to try again. Reconfigure the swords, reconfigure your thoughts, because that Queen of Wands is what we're going to be manifesting. then we can manifest from a place of everything is within my reach rather than from lack. Manifest from a place of already having a life's achievement, a life's amount of money, whatever that is. Be in the energy of already having it instead of hanging on to what needs to be released. Okay, so this feels like old emotions here, guys. Um, so that's cycling back around just for a little bit of funsies in Aries here at 26 Aries. Now the block, Page of Swords driven by the King of Swords. Well, damn. King of Swords, Aquarian energy, Pluto is sitting there now, a performer of a mystery play. How are we going to know when the portal's here? How do we know to be in that energy? We have to try on those different roles, those different hats. So in reverse, this is the environmental energy around you is not wanting to, not seeing the truth yet. Okay, not seeing the truth yet. And then with the Page of Swords being on the inside, this is a truth hidden underneath the iceberg or hidden under the surface that has not been discovered like that. She is the observer. She knows nothing about love, right? So the pages in a Page of Swords and a love reading, not my favorite. Certainly not with the Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords either. But what this is telling me here in the near future, it's reconfigure. King of Cups driving the Six of Swords. Reconfigure so that your heart is in alignment with your head. Because this is telling me here, it's is all in our heads. This is that mental anguish, whatever has been on repeat and repeat, the ruminations of the mind. But we can step into that King of Cups energy with love and compassion for our own heart's home, because your thoughts are making up your home. They're flooding through your body. Even things like free, right? It's a wasted emotion. It's negative energy. You don't have to do anything more to that because it's going to feed itself. That type of frequency of energy. It's low vibe and it's a waste. It's literally like throwing dollars out of your bedroom window. That, well, the next time you get in a worrying mentality, think of that image. And said, I'm throwing dollar bills, y'all. Like, unless you're trying to make it rain, I know I'd rather make it rain other places. Certainly not out the window for it to go nowhere, right? It's a waste of energy. Okay, let's see what Spirit wants us to know here about this lack mindset. It's trying to light a fire under your asterisks today, your asterisks. Okay. So the Ace of Wands is here, the Opportunity Queen of Wands, discernment of your wand. Be careful where you wave that thing. If your thoughts are creating your literal reality, because the micro attracts like a magnet the macro. So this is like literally change your thoughts, change your life here. This is deep at the roots. This is rooted. Maybe you don't even know you're doing it. Maybe we can do a clearing. You can do a clearing on the next full moon or release and let go moon. Because some of this battle, you brought it with you, right? It's not all on you. Really, heart of the environmental energy, and we've got a 10-10 bookending here. The portal is an abundance mindset. The way to get out of this lack is rise above horizon. Discernment. Notice when we are notice when you're making it rain outside with your thoughts and you're throwing money out the window. You are throwing and wasting energy. The universe doesn't like that, because then you're pulling it off of its own way to try and balance. We're supposed to be helping the universe balance energy, especially in the state of affairs where we have unwillingly found ourselves in at the moment here. We need all that positive light that we can get. It's up to us to change that vibrationally. Okay, it's like change your cards, change your luck here. The outcome, five of swords being driven by the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this has been a long lesson to learn here about the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is there's no winners. And I already said here, what does that get us to think the worst? How is it helping? Play with knives, someone's going to get cut. Someone's going to get hurt, but the hurt person is going to be ourselves when we keep perpetuating those norms and that generational pain that was passed down and then shown to us, right? We're conditioned. Money doesn't grow on trees is a good one. That's a very, very basic one, but it's a place to start. That would be an example of Five of Pentacles. And how does that help anybody? It doesn't, especially not you. Okay, this is a long lesson here. I certainly hope it doesn't take another year to learn that, but I can't leave it like that. Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Devil. This is a pattern that will trap you from getting what you want. And then you're going to sit there and put your hands on your head. I know I've done it. Why am I not getting what I want? Right? Because again, those thought patterns that needs to change. Five, that need cut it out. Okay. When we can learn this lesson of Seven of Swords, only take what's needed. This is probably the kindest Seven of Swords. I love it because they're not being greedy. They're only taking one sword for each of them. They're leaving the rest because they don't need all of that. They don't even know what these swords are, right? But they're not going, we don't know what they are, but let's take them all. Okay. In this deck, this is about only taking what is needed, and that is the pathway out. That is a pathway out of stuckness. They're in a little bay here. Okay. It's a pathway out of stuckness. And if we keep perpetuating the same pattern, we're just going to keep being stuck here. Karmic balance there in the center for the Seven of Swords. If we leave the rest behind and only take the lesson from it, the reward here is not outside of ourselves. They were never outside of her. But she kept reaching and reaching and reaching for something tangible and physical. It's a little bit Wizard of Oz here. Wizard of Id, of our own inner selves and psyche. Ace of Pentacles fueling the Devil. The reward, again, that's a year. The reward is in learning this lesson. The opposite of that, how to balance this out, is the Lovers. The freedom from the cage. Okay, the equal balance of yin and yang. And in this deck, we have the Justice that is out of balance. Karmic balance is out of whack here because we have this big wave of emotions that are coming in to challenge this scroll, this traditional, this truth, however long it's been there. I mean, do you keep any information in scrolls? So that is old energy, right? What is it that we have not yet released or transmuted? And perhaps we are unaware of the way that our thoughts have literally continuously put us in this mental prison here. Nine of Swords is you have the key to get out of it. I can't help you with that. Nobody really can. You can't talk your way out of it. You have to feel your way out by tapping into what brings you joy. Yellow solar plexus. Know how to do it. The cards are telling me here, sun fueling the emperor. There were happy times. You have happy memories here to go back to, and just pick a moment in time. It doesn't matter if it was a week ago, the last time you belly laughed. Think of the joke, or think of what you were doing that you were cracking up so hard, or the deep love you feel when you're holding your fur baby in your lap, right? If you close your eyes and think about that same exact moment, feel how your body re-feels those feelings over again. That's the power of the mind. And if it has the power to bring us and recycle that joy back to us just from thinking of the memory, Six of Cups, power is in your hands here. Okay, the power is in your hands. So the gift of healing what hurts is the very last two cards in this reading. What hurts is this pattern. This is devil energy, guys. We all have it. It's what traps us, what makes us feel stuck. What is it that you're telling yourself that you can't do or that you'll never have? Just like the song, she was a cynic till she knew she didn't know. It's kind of like the tone. I think I was telling Di that like the tone of the song at first is like very like, oh God, it just gets you in the guts, right? But then when I actually got through the lyrics of it, it was like, oh, there's this little hidden gem there, of a message that like she didn't know till she knew. Um, Now she can't say the same things that she did. Right, that Wheel of Fortune changes with you, babes. Okay. Oof. I feel like this is momentary. We don't have a lot of, we only have two major arcana in the past, and then the outcome energy is preventable. We've got what Spirit wants us to know as major arcana, again, the past, and then justice, that is fueling that Seven of Swords. Just take what you need. Let the rest leave your body if it's something that makes you feel stuck and trapped. Don't know why I just grabbed that fire deck. Oh, maybe Spirit just wanted me to see High Priestess there again. You're going to know the door. Know the door when it's here. Trust your intuition. Okay. Don't question it, because the minute your head starts thinking, you've lost the connection to Spirit. Advice. That's what I wanted to get us. All right. Advice for this reading. Okay. Advice if this reading is for you, if you feel like a little like you're in a bit of a rut, or just kind of like a energy, thoughts are temporary. Okay. You have the power to change that. All right. What can you cut out here to avoid overwhelm? Okay, what can you discern that you need to get rid of? That's not helpful. Okay, advice for this reading about reclaiming our energy. Okay, Willis. So there's that lighthouse here. That is a 3 energy, our solar plexus chakra. And look at that beautiful yellow light up at the top. Guys, these are fears, which are our thoughts. I kind of wanted to see what those are. Okay, 35 energy, 8. Again, walk your truth. Tell people to talk to the hand if they're if you're overextending yourself. Wow. The 18 card came out in the last reading, which was that the 2 dolphins. And that was literally all about manifesting from a place of balance. I read that part through. I read that meaning through. Environmental energy, golden crown. Okay. Happiness, we create that within ourselves, and there's our crown chakra there. That's what brings us freedom. Okay. That's what gets us up into that higher heart energy. Well, okay. I hope you guys enjoyed that message there. Listen for your own self, or where, if you know where your Chiron is. Okay, if your Chiron, let's say in Aries here, just in general, what is this wound? Eagerness. It will happen, and you're aware of it, that it will be happening. These thoughts take you away from this moment that needs to be focused upon. Okay, discernment, how you are manifesting. It's be here now, not in all the past stuff that led up to this moment now. Okay. And the environmental energy, this could be someone around you, or you could be picking up on this vibration, insecure. It's okay to celebrate others' successes, beauty, and imperfections. You have no idea what they struggle with, too. So that's like her being cynical, like, yeah, love, schmov, whatever. Those people are dumb. That's not real. Insert whatever she may have been telling herself. And then the universe wallops her with a, oh yeah, well, here's some soulmate energy. So really think it's not real? It's again. Okay, let me get my dice out for you guys. If you want to start thinking about what numbers, and then listen for anybody else's reading that comes up with the same number that you did, because numbers are a vibrational frequency. Okay. I hope that helped. Again, a lot of minor arcana there, so those are just process cards. It's just a fleeting kind of moment that'll change, right? It's not going to feel like that forever. Okay. Let me know if that helped out. I hope so. So some of the interpretations I've gotten today, and funny because every person that sent me an actual picture of their sticky note, it was hot pink. It's like 3 different hot pink sticky notes. It was awesome. I was like, which would be the crown chakra, right? Or a 7-day. That might come up for you there. Okay, we're on a 3-day, go up to a 9 if you mark your calendar like me. So one of those pink sticky notes said, yeah, I'm free falling. So the Tom Petty song. A second person said that as well. Thank you, Mr. Brett. Steph Baby Fox said the hidden door. Her interpretation was the hidden door is the obvious one. And then Miss Beautiful D says resisting intuition and blocking what is for me. Still wanting that physical, tangible proof. I think that's amazing. And then I recalled that song I heard a week or 2 ago on Love is Blind, Sweden. I didn't kind of make that connection until I chatted with her. Let's see. And I had the Wheel of Fortune, Paradise, Picture Perfect. And Miss K even pulled a card there for it. I let go of all negativity that rests in my body and mind. Well, once you listen to this reading, you might freak out a little bit, because literally that was what the reading was about today. Yeah. Okay. How was that? Let me know if you feel like you're going through it right now. Everything feel like hot lava. Is the floor hot lava right now? Okay, moon energy here, blue dice for water, moon in Cancer. Okay, let's see who has got it. I'm going to start from the top. Did you hear that, Kaylee? Your little prediction there was basically the whole reading. So numbers 1 through 8. Let's see, it's 5. Miss Brandy, you're the first one with a 5. Let's see if anybody else had a 5. The 5 of change strikes again. Okay, so I'm going to start with our the question here. What are the wounds that put us in resistance? What is a wound? And Brandon, did you say sixth house was your Chiron? Uh, didn't you say your Chiron was in Taurus? I know you're younger. Okay, Miss Brandy, what are the wounds that put anybody that's listening after the live and for Miss Brandy in resistance to what it is that you actually want? 50 minutes on the timer even. So that is 5-0 will be change supported by the universe, by source, by spirit. What is the wound that puts 5s in resistance to what they need? And this is for Brandy here. And then I'll ask what the gift of healing. What hurts? What is the gift? Okay. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Okay. That was 2020 TikTok. I don't even know if they have that. She's doing that anymore. Okay, suspicious. Did you create a false narrative in your mind? Are you hoping, again, this mind thing, the swords, are you hoping to find something negative about a situation? Save yourself some time and simply just ask the person. This feels like that parental wound, the second one here, because 2 came out critical. The critical voice in your head is not your true self. The reading, okay? It's experiences of the past that have not been released. You have control over today. That is like freaking perfect, okay? So, what is the gift of healing those wounds? What is the gift? Thank you for this beautiful deck, Peg. What is the gift for healing the wound of suspicion and the critical voice in your head? Whew, that's quite the gift. Yellow solar plexus chakra, joy. And this card says passion. So, hello, Queen of Wands. That would also be a positive aspect of Aries energy. Very passionate. Okay. Like you're on a mission. It's like your little driver that keeps you going. So, the gift of healing this inner critic here, Miss Brandy, and other 5s, if you're listening, if you were guessing a 5 and are listening later. That's quite the gift here. Passion. Let's see. In the environmental energy, the elephants that came out in the frickin' charms. This came with you. This is learned, honey. Okay. Check out. I think you already did, but definitely check out that picture of why Chiron and Venus here are aligning today. What do we need to know about this? Okay. Let me get our deck here. Center, left, right, justice on the bottom of the deck, more swords, 2 of pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles. Okay. It's like juggling the most things here, Brandy. Like I'm trying to mom it up. I'm trying to earn. I got so many balls in the air. She's got in this deck, I thought it was a turkey she's holding in one hand and a pentacle in the other, but I think it's like a whole bowl of gold. Okay. I'm going to need my upsy-closies for that one. All right. What are you juggling here? What's driving that 2 of Pentacles? Queen of Pentacles. Holy cow. The High Priestess wants to make herself known. Trust your intuition here. when we're juggling too many balls at one time, things get dropped, right? We're spreading our energy too thin. So this is for me is about your energy is spread too thin right now. And you're like that critical voices in your head telling you, no, I still gotta manage everything. I still gotta do it all. What can you offset? What can you give the responsibility of something over for? Can you delegate? Right? Let me see what's after, yeah, healing our Queen of Pentacles. This is like a wound about income, like healing the income wound. I did say money doesn't grow on trees, but it freaking does, literally. So this is feels like a money wound here. And remember when we chase the pentacles, that makes them even more elusive to us. All you have to do is tap into your joy and your passion. That is what allows the pentacles to fall from the sky and into this big old cup. Like I'm waiting on my cup of gold and I just got a turkey. So also here with this saying, if this is a person in your environmental energy here that you think maybe something negative is happening, it's saying, communicate, ask about this. We've got the dream catcher underneath that, transcend, again, rise above the raisin. This is a wound that came with you, honey. Okay, so tell me about this reward of passion. What is this reward of passion if she can stop juggling so much at once? Ooh, I love me a King of Wands. Yummy. Somebody scrumptious. You deserve it. That King of Wands came out in that earlier reading too. See, wow. Okay. All that yellow, I passionate, I'd say. Knight of Pentacles, they're on the way. Okay, this is someone loyal but you got to be in that energy in order for the universe to go, okay, now you're a vibrational match and I can give it to you. But if you're doing 5,000 things, Two of Pentacles, doing the most, being the professional plate spinner at the circus, what aren't your monkeys, right? It can still be your circus. We all have a circus of our own life. But what doesn't belong? What kind of things came from other circuses that you kind of inherited here that you went, oh, well, now they're here. I got to take care of them too. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. What can Brandy do immediately here to change these circumstances? The critical voice thing is a big one. That was the whole entire reading. What can you do immediately? I said, I can't get you out of Eight Swords. Get yourself out of Eight Swords, honey. This is a self-imposed prison, okay? It's this critical voice telling you can't. And what is the root of it? Is that something you heard at all ever growing up in whatever scenario? Okay. And what was was it fight, flight, fawn, or freeze? We tend to have the same reaction in our one-to-one relationships. So, Eight of Swords, and then there's the King of Swords that was the block in the environmental energy for me. Okay, again, I hope at least this can help you. I know I can't do a whole lot because nobody can get us out of our own Eight of Swords, but maybe this will a little bit here for you, or even just talking about it, getting it off your chest, getting it off your heart. Sounds like you need a GNO there, Brandy. Yeah, Five of Wands. Girl, when's the last time you've been out and had some fun? Okay, like I'm too busy. That's probably the problem here. It's hard to find joy when you feel like everything is a chore. All right. You can leave your numbers in there, I guess. Let me roll again, and I'll go back up to, since those are here. Since they're here already, you're the only one that said 5. Oh, Diana, you're like, that was such a little smidge. If you guys check out that graphic I made, I was like, "Ah." Otherwise you would have been an Aries. There was like a little time period when Chiron snuck back into, regress back into Pisces. So you must have been in that little time frame. Okay, I see your numbers there. Okay, here we go. And if they're not there, that was a 7. I don't see any 7. So go ahead and I love it. Ashley 1 through 8. Yeah, I thought you were saying I'm Ashley 1.8. Okay, so speaking of you for a reason here, Ash, Crystal, you got that as well. And I think you had that, yeah, Crystal 7, and then Ashley. So I'll pull for you guys here right quick. Okay. But 7 is, we were talking about the 7th chakra versus the 8th soul star chakra that would happen on an 8-day. The 7 is very spiritual. It's the delivery of our heart's best intentions. And we got moon energy. Boy, that 18 keeps coming out. And the judgment energy. The year that song, the Count My Luck song came out, let's see, I found the date, August 12th, 2025, which adds up to a 20 of judgment, something that was inevitable. So there's an inevitability here to something you guys are wondering about. Judgment's energy is about something that our soul set up for us all along in order to help our soul progress. This is something that we don't get out of. And there's the Wheel of Fortune. Strength. Okay. Something that we don't get out of. We have to balance our own energy to receive it there. 7 of Wands. Stand your ground to protect your energy. The Strength, the Lemniscate. Micro attracts macro, and that is about taming our own inner beast. Of the 5 of Pentacles, there on the left. All right, Crystal first. Okay, so we're looking at Chiron and Venus together. What are these wounds? Okay. Anxiousness, Crystal. You anticipate something that may or may not happen. It's overriding your thoughts, leading to physical symptoms such as rapid heart rate and breathing. Feel your pulse and bring it down to a natural, slow rhythm. And then surrounding you, powerless. So this could be someone around you that no one took away your internal strength. It says we had the strength card come out. You're more powerful than you know. Let it surface and let your power shine. That could be your own masculine yang, or this could be someone around you going, but why did Crystal get blah, blah, blah? Why does she get to do yada, yada? Well, they need to find their own damn power. Okay. 8 of Swords on the bottom. All right, for Crystal. All right. Center, left, right. 8 of Pentacles. There's the work. Why does she get to blah, blah, blah? This is becoming that expert in your own field. I feel like you get this. The Strength is back. 88, which is a 16 of the Tower energy. And then 7 of Wands again. I even the deck in 3. And it's back here again. So it was on the track the first time. Okay, standing your ground. You're holding your own here. I just don't feel like anxiousness is, maybe this is someone making you feel anxious, because that's not ever been an MO of energy I've picked up from you. You kind of just go for it. So it feels like this is outer influences here, kind of being like that you have to push back on and stand your ground on. And what you're doing is like, I don't need all this business. Just let me keep my face down. And there's more to that song. Is that what you're saying, Kaylee? Face down. All right. 88 Tower. Yeah. And Tower is a 16 or a 7-day energy. You rolled a 7. So this could be coming up on a 7-day. When's our next 7-day? Monday the 30th. I also made a note about Monday the 30th. So good. And that's our next 7-day. I know it was a thought. Oh, because that's a key astrology for love. Venus is. Oh, Venus enters Taurus. Okay. Venus enters Taurus, which was the heart of the exterior energy. Who's driving this Eight of Pentacles? Are we having to do everybody else's work here? Two of Pentacles again. Six of Pentacles. Check. I would want to check the deal. It's kind of like this feels like when someone kind of gets wind of how well you can do something, and they'll be like, well, how about then they just keep like adding to your load, and all of a sudden before you know it, you're like, wait a minute, I'm glad to have the experience and getting the chance to do those things, but I never agreed to do them for an extended period of time, especially with not getting paid for it. So I would be wary of people adding onto your workload here. I mean, this is all pentacles except for our fire energies that are bookending. And you having to push back to keep your own balance in check, because we don't want to get into that Two of Pentacles energy there. We're doing too much and then we're not getting equal money back for it. And then we've got another 88 happening here too. Okay, let me see. What is the reward or the gift of healing anxiousness? I'm not seeing that. It's like this, it's an energy that's starting to make you feel that way, but I feel like you might be picking up on their anxiety. Okay, the reward is moth to a flame desire. So you staying in balance and keep and standing your ground and pushing back on anything that doesn't feel good. Like no is a complete sentence, or be like, oh, I'll be happy to show you how to do that. Just watch me do my thing, learn from that, but I'm not going to do it for you. Feels like that's that expectation here. It's strange. Yeah, they're the ones that need to change out around you, not you. Interesting that we've got moth and butterfly, this energy with wings. Okay, what advice from spirit about pushing back on anything that throws her out of balance? There you go. Give me more on pushing this energy of pushing back on what throws you out of balance. It's just like feels very again, very petty around you. Like ugh, it's like put your freaking headphones on and ignore it. Like I don't know if you're able to do that. No advice here from spirit about there we go. Ace of Cups, keep your peace, baby. Dove it like you have to worry about your own inner peace, you standing your ground and having the strength to push back on anything that's not in your job. Okay. If that's not part of it, I'm happy to show you, but I'm not going to overload and overburden myself because I ain't getting paid for that ish. You ain't, not today. You ain't messing with my peace and happiness. All these wings, really cool. But it feels like a little bit again, a little bit of jealousy. Why does she get so much? Why is she so abundant? Seven of Cups. Why does she have all the choices? Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. I feel like I've gotten that for you before. Let me know if I'm wrong there. I mean, I'm glad it's not anything major here, but I wouldn't let it pull you down into anxiety. Okay, you need to stand your ground to keep your own peace in order to be able to maintain it, right? This might be something coming up that you don't see coming, like someone's kind of hidden agenda, like like I don't know, like waxing your bonnet. Your bonnet. That would be the hood of your car in Aussie and Kiwi terms. Where did that come from? I don't think that's even a saying. Let me know if it is. I wouldn't think it would be. Someone's waxing your bonnet, like pumping you up, but there's a reason for it. It's like they want something from you. So maybe give a little eyebrow to when someone's like being a little extra. I feel like you'll know it. And then for whatever reason, there's that unicorn from the charms. For whatever reason, you might kind of give it a chuckle and be like, there's them waxing my bonnet. Hey, I just gotta say it like it is, okay? Like I don't know where I've never said that in my entire life. But that's what came waxing your bonnet. Okay. Oh boy. It's the most fun when you guys are here because I get the weirdest shit and I love it. Okay. Poor Ashley. What's going on here with this Ash? Okay, what are the wounds that put Ashley in resistance to what she needs? Come on. I mean, how many times is this going to come out tonight? Two of Pentacles. I already forget if it came out in the original reading. Like it's gone. It's like channeling the information. Boom, it's wiped. Right, Ashley? What are you doing the most at here? All right. Before you, Ace of Cups, following you, Nine of Cups. Okay. It's for a good reason here. What's driving that? Two of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. So Mercury here, once Mercury finally starts picking up some pace again, we've been hanging around this 10 and 11 Mercury for a long, because we're still in the shadow, but normally it's way faster, right? Not as fast as the moon changes, but it's pretty quick. Let's see, Page of Pentacles. So receiving, what are we receiving? And I went right to that row, that red rose. There are two yellow roses amongst all the yellow. Something about a two of Pentacles, only two roses. All of the rest of them are red. This kind of feels like a peace offering. I don't know if you've gotten a peace offering here in the recent past that's going to make you very happy here. Okay, what's this piece? Oh, let me come back into the wound. Okay, what is the question? What are the wounds that put Ashley in resistance to what she needs? Vulnerability. Okay. Embrace and feel every aspect of this emotion. It makes you human. Shown through kindness, peace offering. Maybe it's a peace offering to yourself. Kindness, love, and sincerity. Say what you feel and take that risk. Because if you do, Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Are you hemming and hawing about whether or not to say something? That's a song. Is that Christina Aguilera? Say something when they was it her that did a duet? Somebody tell me in the comments. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Okay. The gift of healing that this brings is some kind of protection here. It's an increased vibration, I'd say, with the 9 of Cups. Yeah, this is something that you're supposed to talk about here. And there's feathers on that hand. It always reminds me of henna. Hi, that's Chiron. This is the healer. So when we heal this vulnerability and say what it is that you need to say, um, like if this is a person that's offering you a peace offering here, 3 white roses, then don't be afraid to say, yeah, that was really shitty. If it was, I'm just going off the cuff here. Don't be afraid to say the truth. Okay. That's important, or else the energy can't balance. Limitless unicorn. You want to be in that balanced energy when that portal opens here, honey. So just because someone offers an apology doesn't mean that you need to accept it, but you can say, what you did was not okay. I'm not going to hold on to it forever, because that only pulls down your energy. But this is definitely something you've been back and forth about talking about, and this is a yes, say the thing, whatever that is for you. Say it. This could be some disapproving energy around you here. Everyone is free to experience this life the way they want to. They may disapprove, but ultimately it may not be their decision. Is there a compromising situation if safety is concerned? And if there's not, tell them none ya. Ain't none your business. Get the hell out of my face. I don't know why I'm getting stroppy on that one. But before someone like pulling your ideas or kind of wanting to take over the reins about something, and it's like, wait a minute, this was my whole thing to begin with. Yeah, peace offering because of that, but that doesn't mean you don't still say the truth. Okay, Ash. Advice here, is this a hard truth? What's on the bottom? King of Pentacles. Could be about, this is something 3D. King of Pentacles was in the heart of the environmental energy. We shift into Taurus. Chiron the healer shifts into Taurus. It's in my one of the graphics there. I forget the exact date, but it's somewhere toward a little chunk of time before we finish it out in Aries. It's not staying in Aries till 2027. It goes into Taurus a little bit. Advice from Spirit here about this conversation, about this peace offering, this vulnerability energy. Take the risk. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to though. 9 of Swords. This has been bothering you. This is about saying the thing. Okay. Yeah. If it's attached to a long held dream, this conversation could be very healing. And if it's someone going, I don't like the way you're doing blah, blah, blah. Okay. Thank you for that feedback I didn't ask for. Why do you say that? Question right back. Oh, really? Why do you think that is? Do not get defensive. Do not just be like, it's very interesting that you felt you had a right to say something about how I was doing things, especially if they have no business saying. It feels like this is someone that has literally no business stirring the pot or even should have anything to say. Why that is, but it's your freaking dream. Okay. And if you're passionate about it, you can totally lead this. Don't let nobody ish on your fucking parade. Okay. Don't do it. This is this person's problem. They're commenting on something you're passionate about and wanting to pursue, and they're poo-pooing it with their old ass crabby sticks here. Emperor and Three of Swords, that is an out of balance emperor, and that says more about their own lack. Okay, honey. So again, don't take it personally. You having an opinion on what I'm doing that has nothing to do with, you know, your opinion has nothing to do with my life is what it feels like. Interested in why you had the need to say XYZ. Hey, where did you derive that opinion? Don't even give that an iota of conversation other than, oh, how did you derive that opinion? Where's that coming from? I'm telling you, it's from their own fears and their own lack mentality. It has nothing to do with you. Keep going towards that passion, honey. Like, bring the peace to yourself, keep your vibe high, and keep it moving. Okay? Keep it moving. And who is that? I don't like it. Give him my number. It's definitely a masculine energy. Crotchety old. I have no idea if that's true for you or not. I just reading yeah, it's someone around you, bro. It could be that before you can get the thing that you want to get is that you have to stand up to that person. Just never know. Okay, next roll. Go back up to my peeps here. All right. See where I started. Anything? Nope. Okay. That next roll, take that second roll again. Let's see. Oh, I already went through those. Can y'all do me a favor while I'm cleaning up the table? Just put another number in. Oh, so everybody's here. Yeah, totally side eye, Crystal. It's giving you the side eye. I don't know what that was. Okay, so I can see how those 2 sevens then coordinate a little bit. Thank you, Diana. Go ahead and one through 8, guys. I can't get distracted by going back through the scroll because we'll be here forever. And I already rolled a 5, so I'm rolling something different, just FYI. Okay, 1 through 8. 1 through 8. And you can keep guessing if I tell you it's not correct. There's not 1, 3, or 2. It is not 1, 3, or 2. And we already said it's not 5 because I already did that energy. So let's leave out 5s and 7s since we covered that ground. Miss Diana, it is indeed an 8. Okay. 3 of Cups, celebration there, Emperor energy on that right-hand side. Okay. Sevens in the shuffle. All right. For Diana and anybody that is watching after the live, that was thinking an 8. Okay, the emotional wound here, putting us in resistance to what you need. 8's fearful. Okay, fearful. This emotion is limiting your forward movement. What is the actual fear you are experiencing? Is this something that can be released? Now, with the 8 energy of strength, we can use that strength to push something away with our mental chatter, just as equally as we can pull it in, manifesting from our solar plexus, a place of joy. Okay. Environmental energy could be someone is resentful around you and they eat at your positive thoughts and the emotions that you want to feel. Why are people just trying to rain on our parade here? Okay. Because they will. It's about them and their own misery. It's projection. As soon as we can put up that armor And know that that's never to do with our own selves. When people have shit to say that's none of their damn business, it's nothing to do with you. Okay. All right. What is the gift of healing this fearful wound? 4 8s and for Diana for this reading here. Rose of healing here. Rose of healing. We've also got the fox, which for me is Empress energy, determination, and the tree of life connected. That's the 10 of Pentacles energy. All right. Healing a connection and like getting your groove back energy around you. Belonging. I love that. Robin, we had the bird come out waiting on the blue door, right? It's pretty cool. Okay. For Miss Diana here. And if you rolled an 8, there's probably some vibrational messages in here for you as well. Center, left, right. 6 of Cups energy. 10 of Pentacles. And the Page of Wands. Okay, so we are starting a new set of 10, right? Anytime we see a 10 of Pentacles in the past, that to me is we've already finished out that part, that major milestone of our life. So that's interesting. On this 6 of Cups, I was noting, I forget who it was for already, the yellow flowers. This is interesting because there's yellow flowers on the masculine side and red flowers on the feminine energy side. 2 red, 2 yellow. Maybe you'll see that kind of combination here. What's driving this past energy, High Priestess? Something that your intuition is correct about. I was going to text you that back that, yes, your intuition about that is correct because that's only a feeling. It's kind of like a once in a lifetime kind of feeling. Okay, so High Priestess about this Ace of Wands passion. And there's a crossroads energy, 2 of Swords. That's, I'm helpless to change it. 2 and 2, and that's Bolsheviks. 22. Okay. The garden and the gate was about the garden gate of desire. That was Venus 22. I put it in my notes with a whole graphic with the garden and the gate. And she had the key around her neck. I believe, check the Saturday All Signs. It has I think it's a reality reboot or something like that. I said that to Brandon too because actual keys came up. You want to see who got the garden and the gate, what signs, what part of your chart, and then the 30 energy, that was 30, and then cornucopia was 11, which was Venus. I wrote it down. Venus yesterday, I believe. That's going to drive me nuts. I think it might matter here. Cornucopia was 11, which was 24 Venus. So we've already been through that, allowing higher forces to shape our lives. That's why that was okay. Allowing higher forces to shape your life here, following our intuition to this new collaboration, 3 of Pentacles. Okay. How can Diana conquer this fear? I don't know what the blocks are to reaching out. Let's see. What would be a block to reaching out? This person be open to communication. Justice, that's a yes for me. Karmic balance. Okay, Page of Swords, observer, information. Again, Mercury. You heard it here, chick. Gemini, again, Mercury as confirmation. Knight of Swords. So the King of Truth is sending his knight out here to send this. And you reaching out as a page, you get a knight response. I ain't mad at that. Four of Wands, the 1111 energy, cornucopia card. This is not just a yes. It's a hell yes. I don't even know if that person is, I don't know why I'm saying that, but my own experiences here, if that person is not living, you can still find healing. You can still say what you've always wanted to say, and it has the same effect on our body, just like remembering positive memories and things we are grateful for does on the body, versus the negative mindset loop and the negative things that does to our body. It makes us very, very sick. A lot of autoimmune diseases are really because we put our own mental body in such a state that our physical body reacts to that. Okay, so that would be a yes. Another Page of Wands here. Page of Wands, Page of Swords. And then we've got Knight, Mercury, Gemini. Come on, Page of Wands. I was looking right at that, saying, well, okay, you're going to throw your F it stick. What's going to be a result of that? The Sun. Knight of Cups in return. Honey, this is overwhelming. Yes, and there's your healing. The Rose, the Four of Swords. Okay, I mean, I don't. This is in and of itself. Like, what more can I say? What more does do you need? What more does Diana want to know here? What proof do you need? I mean, this reading, okay, you already have proof. Hermit, 9, you've already had plenty of life experience. You already have the proof you need. 9 Cups, Hermit, 99. The Hermit and 9 of Cups. You already know you've experienced wish fulfillment here. Damn, King of Pentacles driving that. I mean, it's about as sunshine and rainbows as you're gonna get here. The only thing I see is that even though your intuition's telling you to follow your Ace of Wands, follow your passion, follow your fire, Fox energy of determination, the Two of Swords is like, but my hands are tied. That's up in here. That's it. This feels very like it's as simple as that. Why are we overcomplicating it? You don't need the physical proof. You already know. And so does the CADS. A welcome communication. And you're putting in a page and getting back a knight, getting more on your return of investment. Okay. Is there, and this can be, I don't know if someone's, going through something or they're otherwise occupied, but it's just an offer of friendship and reaching out. And I was just thinking about you and wanted to thank you for all the wonderful memories. And I was thinking about fill in the blank the other day, and it just flooded my body with such happiness that I've been meaning to reach out. And if I haven't ever said thank you, thank you. That's it. It can start with something as simple like that. Okay. All righty. think you're the only one that said, hey, you're welcome, honey. Rose. Aw, that's great. That's what a great big world. I am. Yep. Thank you, Ashley. Say something. Yep. That's such a good song. It's so pretty. Yeah, definitely get out of your head there. your ducats stick out for the sun, Judy says. Always trust Judy. Make me laugh. That's important, you guys, because it helps me get good messages for you guys. Because my higher vibration then brings us messages that connect more. Okay, roll out. Get ready. Go ahead and roll. I can do a couple more here, and that was actually a hint. Didn't mean for it to be, but it was. Okay, thanks again to Peg for this beautiful deck. Alrighty. Next up. Okay, speaking of Miss Peg and Kathy, got the number 2. That is correct here. You're trying to be less sailor than normal. Maybe I should as well. Okay. Feel like this is a side message here. Disapproval. Everyone is free to experience this life the way they want to. We may disapprove, but ultimately it may not be our decision. Is there a compromising situation if safety is concerned? I think that came out on Ashes, but that feels more like us getting in our head about like, oh, if fill in the blank, it's not proper, or it's your own set of morals and values. What is important to you? Okay. Sailor side shine. Oh, I do like my sailor side. Page, it's with love. Speaking of love, Page of Cups here in reunion energy. All the loves. Okay. Let me start with, if you guessed an 8 here, a page bringing in a cup, bringing in 2, he's bringing 2 fishes. And then we've got 3 of cups, celebratory energy, getting together with friends. Okay, that's for anybody that rolled a 2. Let me split these out here between Peg and Ormond's Peg. That was an interesting hop on that. That makes me curious because it was like a hover hop. What are the wounds that that puts Peg in resistance to what she actually needs and wants? What is a wound? Someone in your past made you feel inadequate. I already talked about this, but it was their insecurities put upon you. They came with us, right? That can be learned. Why are you still listening to that voice? Okay. Environmental energy, confidence. Maybe someone is displaying it gracefully. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are. So use this to your advantage by being a positive example to others. Grace and kindness is a heightened human emotion. I feel like that's yours. So anytime you feel maybe that old loop, or consider, please, that like that elephant with the baby, that came in with you, right? That 7 of Swords came with you, and we take that on, and it's just something that we need to transmute. And if we start thinking those thoughts, tell yourself to stop it. Do your little mental rubber band thing. I mean, all people to display grace and kindness. I mean, that's gonna, please keep doing that. Just a wonderful human, and think the more that you do that, obviously it's going to come back your way. but you've got to know you're worthy of it. You are not inadequate at all, not even a little. Okay, messages for Peg here. Temperance, tempering pain into wisdom. Why are we still listening to that voice, this confident energy? Okay, so that's why it feels like you. You got to alchemize the two. All right, the Chariot. Here's your rising. The delivery of our heart's best intentions. Okay, and then we've got Five of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. This is your own voice. This is like they're trying to form the star, right? But you need for all of you to act as one team here and not let that insecurity that was put upon you for that feeling, any feelings of inadequacy, be trying to get at that Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, you know you're the senior of the class here. Okay, so what's driving this? New start with that temperance energy there. The Fool, Aries, healing the wound of love and Chiron. The Chariot, Nine of Wands is driving that Chariot. The Pete and Repeat show of the Nine of Wands literally is the Wounded Warrior card. It's not the healed energy of Chiron unless we don't repeat the pattern. There's a full moon energy there. This could be a full moon in Cancer. And this fast forward movement starts hauling some ass here, especially if you're saying no to a pattern because you're like, I'm too exhausted. There's definitely a new start, but I think that you're going so fast in the Chariot after tempering this into wisdom here that that Nine of Wands presents itself, or you see the pattern and it's kind of like, yeah, eat my dust, and then you're looking at that in the rearview mirror of your Chariot. Okay, it's driving the Five of Wands. Stop it. I meant you. Anytime you start fighting with your bad self, okay, ask whose that voice is and tell it to stop. This is what's transforming here is the Five of Wands. Get back to connecting into your original dream. You had a dream long ago. Damn. And when you do that, guess who's coming in for the Queen of Pentacles? It's that Emperor energy, all four kings. And it's bookending the Fool here. This is a new energy, okay? What is the gift that this healing of our insecurities or any bullshit fix about ICANT do it, or the can't is a 4-letter word to me, so that might be a habit to catch ourselves out of when we feel ourselves seeing it. Yeah. Okay, so the gift of healing, what this wound is increased intuition, your own joy, third eye chakra, connecting back into the violet flame. Okay, that's Vesta. We do have the Queen of Pentacles, healing home and hearth. And then this, your own grand home within your own heart, right? And that then transmutes into the physical because that's what we're feeling. And then we're creating space for this Emperor energy to come in Or that's just what's fueling the Queen of Pentacles. She's like the neighborhood mom, right? She takes care of everyone. But just make sure you're taking care of yourself as well, so you're not too depleted, and then our intuition kind of goes silent on us. Around you, the Peacock, King of Wands energy. This is now. Follow your intuition right now about some kind of new journey, new start. Okay. And these weren't lilies of the valley. I looked them. I actually did them up, and I already forget. I'm not great on the flower game. That's my mom and dad. They know every flower, every bird. There's karmic justice here coming, honey. About husband energy, King of Pentacles. Fortune. Okay, Five of Pentacles. All right. But you're like, sun's behind me, shining on my back. I don't know what everybody else's problem is. Is this a lack mindset around you? Well, right in the center, it's the end of some kind of either infighting with yourself about what you've been trying to temper here and out. It's coming for you anyway. This new start is karmic balance for you of some sort here. And I feel like it's because you are using your masculine, your Mars energy here to light up your own Queen of Pentacles. Why is karmic justice here for the King of Pentacles? Okay. That pesky damn Eight of Swords. It doesn't feel like that's you getting in your way. Yeah, this is the Lovers. There's something coming up here. There is some big choice. It's going to be here like pretty directly. I'm not getting much from, Four of Pentacles holding back. I'm not getting much from Spirit. Spirit's giving me a big nunya on this one. Just know that it's what the scales of balance is getting your just desserts here. But again, stinking thinking about it is only going to push it away or delay it. There's energy. It's yummy. It's like you're in your head about making a choice about your own leadership, your own energy. Getting a little, macrocosm, everything around you. Like if we want something to change, then this is your chance to change it. I don't want you feeling if it's good for you, it's going to be good for your energy, then it's going to be good for everyone around you. I feel like Spirit's giving me a nut. Yeah, here's Peg. Is there anything else you can tell me about this choice? It's the one. Plexus gets more choice. Okay, I got something. Empress. Okay. First coming up in your environmental energy after some other kind of end to bicker. It's like it's lower level. It's kind of bullshit. Five of Wands is not my favorite card, but it's the end of Five of Wands, the death of Five of Wands. From Queen of Pentacles to Empress, and then there's an Emperor in the environmental energy, as is a choice. Okay, that's all I'm getting, honey. And it comes fast. I mean, like I said, this now energy, it feels very soon. All right, advice for Peg here if you can't. Spirit's giving me the Nunya. Something in your mind, like you might not even talk to anybody about this. Advice from Spirit. Hierophant in reverse. That's the marriage card. Peace be with you energy. This is the guru, the shaman, the guy. The lesson hasn't been learned yet. Upending some kind of traditional king and queen of pentacles. I mean, that's like longtime married people's for me. I'll let you take that one. Okay. It's a pattern here. Driving the reverse Hierophant. There's a Five of Swords. Nobody wins in this with this pattern. Pattern of fear. But it's coming back to those past insecurities. Honey, you the Empress. I mean, come on. What that is, I'd be curious. So it's like sometimes I get that feeling of like the Greyhound energy wants to come in. 2 seconds, Peg. It's blocking that energy from coming. Not being you. Like half of you isn't even being reflected. Half of the face is gone. Yeah, you're missing opportunities here by playing too hard to get. Like it's like manifesting something, but then when the universe brings it to you, turning it down and with a I can't because of whatever, tell ourselves, well, we can't have nice things. Okay. Miss Kathy, I hope that made some semblance of sense there. I'll often get blocked that hard by spirit. But that's what that felt like. Nanya. Hey, it feels like a big one. This is a big one, Lamont. Okay. Oh, what's that? What's the Sanford and Son? What would that have to do with anything? All I remember is the dad was, I mean, I was little when that show was still out, but wasn't the dad always like crotchety? It's crotchety. At Five of Wands. I don't know, something about Sanford and Son. Okay. I don't really remember a whole lot of the show except for this is the big one where he was always tending to have a heart attack, right? But I don't remember why. Okay. I need to get spirit can respectfully disconnect from that energy, please. And thank you. All right. Two for you, Miss Kathy. What is a wound that is putting Kathy in resistance to what she really needs and wants? Okay, choose a partnership energy. Got the same exact card as Peg, the inadequate. That was someone else's from your past made you feel that way, but it was their own insecurities. I mean, come on, with confidence on the bottom. I shuffled the crap out of those. That's crazy. All right, Kath. Ace of Pentacles there on the bottom. There's transformation for you here too. Uh, it's the duality. Okay. Put something in my notes. This was the sun's energy today. The complexity of our human experience and our relationship to the dualities of spiritual material. Self, the I of Aries versus the we of Libra. Self versus community, and magical versus religious. Successfully expressing ourself in two realms. Living both sides of each of those possibilities is an extension of life's possibilities. It's like a toe in the water. Like you gotta start, you can, it's the and, okay? It's the and energy for Miss Kath. Seven of Swords from our main reading and from the question today. Healing. Seven of Pentacles, 77 energy, which would be 14 of Temperance. That was her first card. Okay, and then we've got Hanged Man energy here, which is today's vibrational frequency. Even drew a man in a tree or person. Yeah, just be a person. Stick figure. All right, let's drive in that Ten of Swords for you here, Kath. Okay. So look how, and there's trees on both these two. So look how it looks like it's forward momentum. He's using a walking stick to kind of get where he needs to go. And then driving that center card here is the Hermit. So something that would be for the good of the whole, not only just for yourself, is to take what you need from something, understand where this inadequacy root is coming from, how it was passed down in what ways. I mean, it's do we hear the people around us putting themselves down? I'm too this, or I'm not enough that. Their language, then we're absorbing that energy. And then we learn that pattern, right? So that kind of becomes normal if someone around you is putting themselves down. So that doesn't mean Seven of Swords that you take that with that stuff down. You just understand the truth of where it's derived from and what would be for the greater good of all. If you did do that, would be your higher vibrational frequency raises theirs, and so on and so on. And if this is a familial pattern, then that stops with you, and you then model something different for your kids that was not modeled for you, for an example. And Seven of Pentacles, waiting energy here. Is the juice worth the squeeze to continue to like slog through life and battle your own damn self if we're constantly, picking up where someone left off? What's that? Okay, so you know how, I don't know, let's say, because we got seventh, let's say it's a seventh grade bully and like they were just relentless. But then You got to go to a different school the next year by high school. And even though that bully's not even at your school anymore, you're still telling yourself those things. You're still picking up where they left off. Does that make any sense? And that's the delay here because I got two cards of waiting on the world to change. It's not the world, it's not for the bully to go away. It's for us to understand that we don't have to pick up where they left off. There's something to that. Even if that's not obviously there's a long shot that would be the right exact specific example. It's just what this is feeling like here. And with the Hermit driving that Seven of Swords, you've already learned this lesson. You've already had the experience of this. And you know that it doesn't work. Okay, so, well, what does work? Reattach into that 17, that star energy. Okay, what was, we're still waiting on this dream to come to us, but Knight of Swords, Gemini, why aren't we going to get that? We gotta decide to come out of the tree of life here. Nine of Pentacles, independence there on the bottom. Yeah, you're picking up with whatever this was for you. You're continuing to carry the burden of their wound, of their inadequacies. Does that make sense? Making sense. Okay. I don't know if this is like single mom vibes here, and there's a judgment call and the strength. Yes. Okay. This is a wound your own soul set up for you purposely. So your soul put you in those positions for you to beat them so that the soul can grow. Wonderful. What is the gift of healing that inadequacy? Yeah. Forgiveness here. No, they didn't. Our parents didn't have Dr. Phil. I mean, they had Sally Jesse a little bit and Phil Donahue. Not my choice. I mean, I was raised by Oprah Winfrey. That's how, like, I was, well, y'all know I was a weird little kid anyway because I read Reader's Digest, but instead of highlights for children. Okay, so forgive, and then we have this lioness of expectation. This is an inner demon, babe. It's come up over and over and resurrected itself through different people, different situations. But the idea here was for you to hold your ground, not just stay grounded, and not in a faith kind of way of, not in our spiritual kind of way of keeping ourselves grounded. This has kept your flight this has kept you from taking flight, so to speak. It's around you. Yeah, desire. And then when you heal this, it's like moth to flames, baby. This forgiveness is a big deal. It doesn't mean, but you're carrying the burden. And we also need to forgive ourselves for carrying burdens for so long because when they're subconscious, we don't know. Once you do this, once you see that the juice is not worth the squeeze of just what's keeping you, that's mindset that's keeping you stuck, the opposite of that is confidence. And that's showing me here with Nine of Pentacles and strength. I mean, you don't get confident by losing battles. This is by winning them, right? Gaining your own independence. Yeah, whatever, I gave random examples, but Queen of Swords here on the bottom in reverse. Yeah. not allowing yourself the truth of this. It's time to ho'oponopono. What is the desire coming her way? What's this moth that's going to be attracted to her new flame of energy? For money. Once you lick this, meaning defeat it, uh, it'll be easy to continue to defeat those thoughts because it's like you're done with it. Eight of Pentacles. Can be the apprentice who's just like focusing on their pentacles, but then when we do that, we don't do that inner work. I don't know, maybe if we kind of been avoiding this for some time, but you don't wait for this dream to get to you. Okay, we got to go get it. And the first step to that is changing the vibrational frequency, another flippin' 7. Nice advice. Keep working hard on this. Like you got, it's a constant. Those those run deep. Okay, those kind of wounds, like it's habitual. We don't even know we're doing it. Advice for Kathy, please. Another 7 of Wands. Stand your ground. Push back on this ish. This is like literally the key to everything here. Okay, push back. Like we fall behind, right? We get good at the rubber band strategy, and then we kind of stop, and then they come back again, and we like stuff starts kind of rolling downhill, and we're like, why is it going wrong again? It's back to that thought pattern, back to the rubber band snaps. Okay, does that make any sense? Okay, this is about our internal dialogue here. Strength is our micro affects the macro. So if we want the outside, we don't wait for the world to change. We're going to be waiting a long damn time till the end of time. No, we got to make the changes. I think all the 7s came out. Wands, Cups was just on the bottom, and there's Pentacles and Swords. Okay. And this might be pretty deep here, Catholic. This is, I don't feel like is this conscious? Is this conscious? Who made you feel this inadequacy? 2 of Pentacles. A number of things, like that's why we keep ourselves busy. And 2 of Wands, 22. Go back to the 22 Venus energy. I think that was day, but it was when I posted the garden and the gate. Right, put a picture of it. Okay, you are the one that holds the key here. Okay, that's what I said. This is internal, but your soul set this up so that you could learn it. And it's just going to keep coming at you from the outside. But we don't wait for the world to change. The only thing that's going to change what's coming to us from the outside is change the microcosm, change the alchemy of the water, temperance of your own fishbowl first. That is always it. And slowly but surely, the world around you starts to change. But that's always an inside job first. I hate that that's the way it is because it's always like, damn, I want it to be somebody. All right, I hope that helped you. I hope that helped you out. You love. I liked Sally Jesse's glasses. We're just talking to your daughter. Aw, I like that. are always enough. Yeah, there you go. But think about how you're saying, like, it's like I used to say that too, like, what do I have a tattoo on my forehead? That's like, come see me. But it's like being the fixer energy, right? Like people see that light and then we attract how we feel about ourselves. It's just we don't do it on purpose. This is established by the time we're 18 months old, so it's not on purpose. You didn't consciously as a baby go, this is the way I'm going to handle all my relationships. But how you protected yourself, whether your needs were met or not, right? We reacted one of four ways: freeze, fawn, flight, or what's the other one? Freeze, fawn, fight, or flight. What was how did you protect yourself when chaos was happening around you when you were a kid? I don't know that there was, but I'm just saying. That's how we have been positioning ourselves for one-to-one relationships, but it's subconscious. We don't realize we're still doing that until we do. Right? Okay, guys. Well, I hope that that was helpful to you tonight. I think I got as many people as I could there. I'm at my 2 hour mark. I'm going to put my own personal boundary up there because I could sit here and do this with you all night. I really could. But then I'd be no good for 2 days. So let me get just a final message for who else ever didn't get. Let me get a general for you here real quick, okay? I normally have my stones holding down my padding here, and it's driving me nuts. Okay. For those who were wanting a reading, of course, check back to the numbers that you guessed because there's definitely going to be something in that vibrational frequency for you. Man, that Seven of Swords. Can I get a message other than the Seven of Swords? What are we avoiding here, guys? Ace of Wands. Already, it's, yeah, repeating. It's the same thing. Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, victory after a long battle, as long as you follow your own inner flame. That leads to victory, leads to leadership, leads to healing temperance, that leads to your actual physical, tangible reality, outside world changing because you didn't wait for the world to change. We literally changed our micro, and that changes the macro for us because we are the vibrational match, unfortunately or fortunately, to whatever is coming our way. And if we want that to change, fuck her up, baby. I love ya. I will read comments later since I can't see that far. I need new glasses. But on the next one, I will try to get another reading out before Monday, if at all humanly possible. And if not, you'll see me on. But thank you all so much for being here with this subscriber date night. And I hope you love you. Bye bye.